Hail, hail to the I Self Supreme Primal Light. Hail, hail to all the I and I selves. Welcome to Inner Sanctuary, Stillness, and Self-Realization. Thank you for joining I. I bow to I in self, in light, and in truth. I am primal light, prepared for this dream duality existence, taking this form with this self-identity as Aset, Art and Raw. Today I want to answer why stillness and why self-realization. I want the I and I to know how important it is to practice stillness and come to self-realization. I want to call onto the I self. Hail, hail to the primal light, I self supreme. All is myself. I am all. Primal light. Primal light. Myself supreme. Primal light. I am that I am. Hail, hail to the I Self Supreme Primal Light. Hail to I, the true light. Hail to I, transparent light. Hail to I, light throughout the ages. Hail to I, light without beginning nor end. Hail to I, Self Supreme Primal Light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I bow to I primal teacher within. I bow to I eternal truth. I bow to I eternal self. I bow to I great supreme wisdom within. I bow to I great supreme intelligence within. I bow to I great supreme teacher within. Hail, hail, hail to the primal light. I self supreme. So let's begin with some vibration to purify the mind and bring us the balance. So the first vibration that we will work on is pulling the mind out of the head. So remember to spiral the vibration around the body. So you have to visualize your mind coming out of your head. So what we're going to do, you're going to put your thumbs together into your hand into the self-heart formation. So put your thumbs together, your right hand over your left, and place it in the center of your chest. Forget about that. We are doing the pulling the mind out of the head first. So let's, what you're going to do, you're going to close your ears, close your eyes, and we put your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and you're going to say the vibration. And spiral the vibration around your body. So you want to pull the mind out of the head, bring it down into the void self in the center of your chest. So know this truth. There's a void self in the center of the chest. The void is also holding the self soul is being anchored inside of the void. All of the selves are anchored in the void. So that the self supreme can always learn about its baby fragmented, shattered, or fractal selves. So the self is anchored within the I self supreme. In the void, that's that self that is taking care of all of its other selves. So it is the destiny of the void self to purify this ego, this mind. And so we want to allow the void self to do this job that it is destined to do, because you cannot do it for yourself. That is the reason why we have been in so much confusion about our self-identity. That is the reason why our mind is telling us wrong information, and we are blindly following all kinds of things outside of ourselves. So allow the void self to purify this mind so that we can come into our self-truth. And so let's do this first. Closing of the ears. You're going to visualize pulling the mind out of the head, dropping it down into the center of your chest, into the void. All right? The mind is magnet in the center of the chest. The self is balanced, electromagnet. So you are going to bring that mind down. Drop it down right in the center of your chest. And let's begin. We will do this vibration 8 times. Spiral it around the body. And now we will move on to the ah vibration. Chanting the ah after your affirmation reprograms your mind and purify your energy. So we will chant, mind, be still. I am in command. I am in command of the commandment, command. Mind, be still. Be still, be still, be still. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. Mind, return to your ultimate true state. May the light be restored onto this duality consciousness. I am in command. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. I awake from sleeping. Now let's chant this vibration 8 times. Now we will make the hand formation, thumbs together, right hand over your left, and place your hand in the center of your chest. Inhale, hold your breath, relax your body, exhale with Remember to spiral the vibration around your body. Yes. And now we will move on to the next vibration. Aham vibration. We will continue to hold our hand in this formation and remember to spiral the vibration around your body. Also, I want you to hold that visualization of pulling the mind out of the head, bringing it into the void self. Hold the mind into the void so that the void can continue to purify this mind and to pull this mind, this ego off of the self. So chanting Helps to still your mind and seal the affirmation within you. It balances your vibration at the self-manifest level. So next we will do the aham vibration. Reprograms the mind and bring it to stillness. This aham vibration also bring your vibration into harmony and balance. So I encourage the I and I to practice this vibration for half an hour to an hour, 3 or more times daily. Now for the Ah Soham vibration. Chanting Ah Soham helps to still your mind also, and it lifts your vibration to the self-unmanifest level. Puts you in alignment with the I Self. So we will continue with the hand formation. Ah Soham. Ah Soham. Soham. Ah Soham. Ah Soham. Ah Soham. Ah Soham. Ah Soham. So Asoham is a vibration that can put you in self-alignment and enhance your energy, heal your body, heal your mind. So this is a good vibration to practice. The Asoham. You can practice this vibration daily. Try to see if you can practice it half an hour to 1 hour, just Asoham. Who am I? This is self-inquiry. When you say, who am I? Who are you asking? Are you asking some of those dream characters in the dream with you that are sleeping? That will be the blind leading the blind. You cannot ask anyone. This is why I promote stillness and self-inquiry. You are asking yourself, and first you don't know yourself, so you think that the ego, false self is yourself. You think the mind is yourself. You think all the other dream characters are your relations. So, who am I is the question only for the I self, the I real self. Because only the I real self can answer this question. The ego is going to give you false information. This is why the whole world is following dogmas, deities, gods, and all of these things. Because everyone is asking the ego. The ego is telling you information that is not true. So you want to go to your self-intelligence. For eons, our self has been ignored. We have only been dwelling in the ego false self, and in the ego, no one is connecting to the real self. Because we were programmed that our real self, we should give it away to some beings. Someone told us we rise inside of a dream we don't know. Someone tells us to give ourself and put it in bondage. And we are blindly following. So now you need to ask, who am I? Because you don't know. Stop pretending like you know, because you don't know. That's why you are following a dogma. That's why you are following any religion and spirituality. It's all the same. If you are calling on any deities, you don't know yourself. So you need to ask your real self, which is the soul self. This is the only thing that you should connect to in this dream, yourself, the soul. Don't look for higher levels of consciousness in this dream, just yourself, the soul, the real self. So, who am I? I am primal light. I am the true light. This is an affirmation to affirm in the I self to the ego, because you do not know. So you are affirming this within yourself because you don't know, and this is how you will know, by making this affirmation within the I self, because you are existing as the ego self. And so the ego needs to know this. This is why you want to say this affirmation, so the ego can know this and you can dissolve the ego false self. I am primal light. I am the true light. I was never created. I was never born. I have no karma. I have no sins. I am deathless, formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. I am the ultimate reality. I am the ultimate truth. I am the eternal truth. I am the eternal self. I am all. All is myself, and I am one with all. I am pure, luminous consciousness, which means that I am not this ego, the sleeping, dreaming mind. I am the unmanifest. I am that I am. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I remove the veil of ignorance. I am not this mind, the ego. I am not this body. And so, right now, I am going to do this over, but I am going to with a different beat. Primal light, primal light, myself supreme. I am that I am, myself supreme. Say I have no karma, I have no sin. Say I was never born, so I can never die. I am formless, timeless, I am limitless, I am boundless. I am that I am, myself supreme. I am that I am, myself supreme. I am always here. I am here. I have no past. I have no future. I am the eternal now. I am that I am, myself supreme. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal now. Say I am in command. I am in command. I am in command of the commandment, command. I am in command of the commandment, command. Mind be still, be still. Mind be still, be still. Be still and know that I am. Mind be still and know that I am in command. That I want to chant that I am in command for eons. This ego, I've been in command. I've been obscuring the I self. I have not been existing as the I real self. This is why all the I and I are in confusion. Who am I? It's a question for the I real self. This is the question for the I real self. Only the I real self can answer this question and dissolve the confusion. So why stillness? Why stillness? Stillness is the remedy for the mind, because to ask the question, you must still the mind. Because if you don't still the mind, it's gonna constantly chat. The mind loves to chat. It loves to show you vision. It loves to be in imagination and all its imagination creation. You don't want the mind to talk. You want the mind to be still. This is why stillness is important, because you want the real self to speak to you. You want stillness of this ego. Stillness is the remedy for the mind. Why does the I and I need a remedy for the mind? The mind is sick and delusional. It is always making up stories to end the unknown. Let me turn this music down. The mind is very negative. The mind believes all the things in its imagination is real. The mind is very negative and deceitful. The mind is the ego. Therefore, stillness calms and purifies the mind. Stillness allows the mind to get light. Stillness stabilizes the mind in its real, true self. Stillness is the silent teacher and healer. The quiet and solitude allows truth to arise from deep within, replacing the incessant chattery of the mind, the irrational thoughts, and engaging in actions that fulfill the never-ending desires and bad habits of this ego. Stillness allows the I inner wisdom to speak. And I to listen to the I real, true self-intelligence. Stillness and self-inquiry allows the I to return to truth. Stillness allows for the self and the mind to maintain equanimity. Because right now, the mind is taking precedent. There is no equanimity with this mind. It is the supreme ego only desires for itself to fulfill in this dream. Stillness is a must if the I and I want to know truth and to maintain balance and harmony with the I mind. Stillness, I am stillness without thoughts. Mind be still and know that I am in command. I, the self, not I, the ego, the false self. I am. The I am is in command. I am in command of the commandment command. I am in command. Mind, be still. Okay? So let's go over why stillness. Stillness brings the I and I to self what? Remembrance. You will remember yourself. Stillness and self-inquiry allow the teacher to rise up so you can know truth. Stillness calms the mind. Stillness and self-inquiry, what does it do? Allows the teacher within to rise and answer any of the I self questions. Stillness purifies the mind and restore what? Light. Stillness heals mind sickness like depression, incessant mind chattery, and stop the imagination from running wild. Stillness is the remedy for the mind. We are on a mission. Every one of the I should be on a mission to bring stillness, the I and I, to restore the light and to wake up from sleeping. The time is now. This is the best time that we can be into this body and be in awareness. This dream is being dissolved. We want to experience our real self, forgo this ego false self. The time is now. Mind, be still. You want to be chanting this affirmation daily. I am the self. I am the self-intelligence, but I have a mind. The mind is the intelligence of the dream. So it is not in the true nature. It is not you. It is something that was created inside of the dream. My mind light, the light is turned off. I must turn back on the light in my mind. This is into the consciousness. The mission self-rescue is to castrate this duality dream character called the ego, false self, to return to being my real and true self. This is the mission that you want to be on. The battle that must be won is against this ego, this mind. The battle has always been the mind, the ego, fighting against itself. Know this truth. Your battle is not outside of you. I know a lot of things is going on in the world. If you win this battle with this ego so that you can pull it off of yourself, you will be victorious. The mind is sick and prone to delusion. It's telling you things that are not true. Mental sickness and evil. Stillness, calm, purify, and heal mind sickness. Stillness is the remedy for the mind. Know this truth. You want to engage in stillness. Believe me, I know this is a world of lot of dogmas and following lots of things, but if I can give you one encouragement, I say the only meditation you have to do is stillness, to still this mind. This is the only way the self will rise, because the mind is taking precedence and you have been living and doing everything into this mind and you don't know yourself. If you still the mind, this is how your self will rise. So I know many ones have told you many things and many lies, this mind, because they were all asking the mind. And this is the reason why you want to ask yourself. And before we move to that, I want to make a denouncement that I am not this ego, and to affirm within myself, I am. This is another affirmation and denouncement that you want to make, that you are not this. I am not this ego. I am not this body. Because this ego thinks that it is the body, you know. That's why everyone have a big fear of death, right? To go through this process, you have to face this truth that you have no debt. Just this body have a debt. The ego has a debt. The ego has to die for your real self to rise up. You cannot exist as the ego and your real self at the same time. It just cannot happen. The ego put yourself to sleep and create the ego false self. You have to wake up by the ego being pulled off of you by your real self, which is called the soul. And the teacher within to do this. This is the destiny of yourself, the soul. But if you give it away and imprison it to some gods and deities and some dream characters, this is not going to happen for you. So you will deny what I am saying to you because of the ego you are existing as. You want to give up this ego false self and return to be your real self. So you want to be affirming this, that I am not this ego, I am not this body, I am not this mind. I am not this ego false self. The mind avatar, this God being, the dream character. I am the eternal self. You want to affirm this within yourself so this ego, this mind can know this. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal truth. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am self-supreme, primal light, the unmanifest. I am formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. You must affirm this within the I self so this ego can know this. Why stillness and self-realization? Why stillness and self-realization? Can you answer that question? That I want to take off this illusionary mask. Inner sanctuary, stillness, and self-realization is an absolute must. If that I want to take off this illusionary mask that you are wearing, called the ego false self. If the I want to still the incessant chattery of this duality mind, the I want to come into alignment and true self-realization. The I want to break free from self-sabotage and develop healthy habits to create a life of balance and harmony. If the I want to exist as the I real self, the real true self, and not the ego false self, then I suggest that you practice stillness and self-inquiry. This is the only true way. Why self-inquiry? Why should you inquire within yourself? Self-inquiry is the path to unveil the I real self. Self-inquiry allows the mind to seek the source of its existence. Self-inquiry is the tool that dissects the ego's story of identity. This is a false story and false perception. Self-inquiry allows the teacher, the inner guru, to arise to answer the I self question. By examining the nature of the ego, this allows the baby self, called the spirit, to awake from sleeping by asking the question, who am I? By repeatedly asking this question, identification with the ego false self begins to dissolve. You see how important it is to ask this question. Don't think that it is just too simple. Yourself has been waiting for eons for you to ask this question so it can rise up to pull this ego off of the self. By repeatedly asking this question, identification with the ego false self begins to what? Dissolve. And I awake from the dream to come into true self-realization. Self-inquiry allows the inner teacher to put void between the ego and the self. It is the destiny of the teacher within to pull this ego off of the I self, called a spirit that is sleeping. It is called a spirit because its light is turned off. It is the baby of the soul. The spirit self is the soul exploring the world. And the spirit goes to sleep, and the ego obscures it and it cannot wake up. The soul is the balance to the spirit. When the spirit, all of those one, those in the dream that we see are doing bad things, if your soul is with you, you keep a balance. You'll see the ones who are having more balance in the world. The ones that are not having balance, their soul is being enslaved, and they are not in their real true nature. And some are just dream characters. They're just gonna be doing evil things. They don't have a connection to the soul. All right. This allows the spirit self to turn on its light, to see things as they are. This is what you want. Who am I? What is the source of my existence, allowing me this world experience? You want to ask this question. How did I come into being? Ask the I self and no one else. Do not ask if anyone rise up within you and give you some kind of name that they are this and they are you. Know that it is one of those mind beings who are playing tricks on you. Who am I? Yourself that rise within you gives you no name, because I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. The self rise up within you has no name. We just refer to the self as the teacher within, or the inner guru. Know this truth. So all of them who coming to you and telling you that they are you and God and all this foolishness, know that they are tricking you to enslave your soul. The teacher within has no name. It is just you as playing that role. So know this truth. So don't connect to anything outside of yourself. Okay? So let's go over again why stillness, why self-inquiry. Why do you want to self-inquire? Type it in the bar, let me know. Self-inquiry is the single most important thing you can do to attain self-truth. You, the real self, and your mind now exist on one thin sheet. There is no void between yourself and your mind, the ego. You need void between yourself and your mind, so that the mind, the ego, does not continue to obscure you and take precedence over you. Your mind has been the ruler of you, and now you must rise up and take precedence over the mind. You are given a command. That's why you chant, I am in command. You give the command and the mind fulfills the command. I am the self. I am in command. Self-inquiry, you must self-inquire. Self-inquiry is this tool that you use. Who am I? Self-inquire to take precedent over your mind. You must do this. You must self-inquire to engage your mind to seek its real self. Self-inquire to wake up your sleeping baby self, your supreme teacher within, so that you can know that you are enslaved inside of a dream. Stillness and self-inquiry is the key to your self-liberation. All right? This is what that I want to do right now. I want to be engaged in stillness and self-inquiry. So I want to thank you, thank the I and I for joining I today. All is myself. I am one with all. So I am always interested to wanting to know how you are doing, how your progress is going. So please reach out to me. Let me know. I mean, I had many struggles on this journey, and so I might be able to help you or give you some of techniques that I use. I am only here as the guide because I have been there and I have done that, and because I have been there and done that, and I know what the deception in the world is, and I want to keep reminding all of the I and I self that it is the ego. But many are so immersed in the ego they don't want to give up the ego false self. And this is the problem. This is the problem in the world, the ego false self that everyone exists as. And so reach out if you need any assistance and let me know what I can do better. So how are you feeling? How is your progress going? You can let me know. Do you have a question? If you have a question, you can send me your question. I will always do my best to answer any question you have. It could be anything about like things that are happening now in the world. But my expertise is on the self and dissolving the ego false self. That's my expertise. So thank you for joining the I. I'll see you at the next Inner Sanctuary, Healing Circle, Sunrise, whichever. Thank you for joining I.